You know, watching the internet and different things that come on there about Deadpool and the supposed creators, those two guys, it's funny that neither of them can tell you anything about the character. They always get caught in interviews, and it's like, hey, tell us about that crazy guy. And you know what happens? They can't tell you a word about him. They don't know nothing. Do you know what they know? I'll tell you what they know. You see, back in the day, back around January 17th of 1987, I had an agreement with Steve Ditko, and that went back to October 86, when I asked permission to create a comic book and the characters. And I mailed it out, and what I wanted in my letter exactly was, look, you guys can print the character, but if you ever made video games or a movie, that I was supposed to get royalties. And in Mr. Ditko's letter to me that was returned as of December 18th, 1986, he says in his letter that, hey kid, you got moxie. And when you send everything, please don't send any uncopyrighted material. Now, I don't know exactly when Mr. Ditko left, okay? But my stuff was completed as of January 5th, as dated on my papers. And it was sent out a week and a half later. At that time, I was 15. I had to wait for my dad to give me money. So, Deadpool and Domino and my third character, which I named Black Flash or Conduit. I didn't have him necessarily named, but he was an idea for a project that I wanted an okay with the editor for. Now, my initial Deadpool, he had Rockwell 650 swords, which was an okay thing at the time. Now, in order for him to get adamantium blades, it had to go through the editor at the time. And the reason why it had to go through the editor at the time was because adamantium was a very rare material. It came out of where the Black Panther came from, out of his country in Africa, and it was very hard to get. And if you read the stories at the time, in order to create the Wolverine character, it was a very costly material. Now, when I had created that character, my biggest fear was, say the guy loses the weapon or he gets blown up and, you know, his weapons get taken. That was part of my biggest fear with him. The other thing that with that character was he probably sat around in a filing cabinet. Now, did I create the basis of X-Force? Did I create the basis of Deadpool and Domino and the other character? Absolutely. Have I gotten credit for it? Absolutely not. Fabian had access to that material, and there ain't no doubt in my mind he had it. There ain't no doubt. It went from him, and they figured, yeah, you know, this kid sent this stuff in, and nobody's going to care. And it was always under my impression, personally, that Marvel put the character out there as an agreement with me and Mr. Ditko at the time, and I was going to go to art school to get a job with that company, was what my plans were. And when I found out there was a movie being made, and I checked the creators, and it's people that didn't create the character but took credit for it, I'm kind of PO'd about it. I'm kind of angry. Now, they want to keep going on and saying that, that's fine, but I'm going to be here, and I'm going to be on YouTube, and I'm going to tell you they didn't create it. Okay? And I have proof they didn't create it. Now, do I need to get in touch with some people? Yeah, I've tried to get in touch with some people, but guess what? They have it that, you know, oh, these guys created it. Well, that simply is not true. And I'm going to keep coming on here, and I'm going to keep telling you people that I created them, and that's that. Like I said back in one of my earlier videos, try lying to that guy you see in the mirror every morning. And it's very apparent to me personally as a viewer that when I see you on the internet and people ask you questions because they're excited about the character that you sketch or you draw, that's fine. I mean, you sketch and draw the character, but you never created them. And that's what really hurts the most, is that you and Marvel Comics perpetuate a huge lie, and people believe that, you know. I've already sent emails to different ones out there and looking for help, and I'm not going to get it, but you know what? I'm going to constantly be on you people. And one way or another, I'm going to be heard. It's just a matter of time. And, you know, it's funny to see when people, oh, well, how do you get into this or how do you get into that? And he sits there and talks about buried treasure. You know what the buried treasure was? The buried treasure was the 28 pages I sent to that company. Now, to justify my end of it, I only have 8. So you can only imagine what was written on the 28 pages. You know, plot lines and backgrounds and who people were connected to. And here's a company, once again, their Spider-Man movie did $700 million. How about the guy that created the character? Where's his cut at? Or are you just guys, you guys that, you know, you even take copyrighted material and like to jerk little kids around, huh? That's hysterical. I think it's appalling personally that guys like you are out there running around. And where's your co-creator? Where's that weasel at? He's the guy that supposedly named them and had an in on it. You don't see him anywhere talking about his creative input. You won't hear it from him because he didn't create them. Same way with this other knucklehead. I mean, Matt Damon lookalike. Come on, dude. Really? I would like to hear one iota from you to my face. Say it to my face. If you could look me in the face and tell me to my face that you did what you did. Tell me. Convince me. That's all I'm asking. But you know why you can't do that? I'm going to tell you why you can't do that. Because you didn't create them. You've told everybody. Why don't you tell the truth to someone in your household about who created them? I think that would be hysterical too. But, you know, I've seen not just one video, but like 3 of them, and they question you. And the only thing you could do is talk real fast and stutter. You haven't brought dime one to the table about your creative input. Okay? Not to say that you're not a talented artist, but you haven't brought anything to the table. You know? You felt. Let me tell you something. And I've never read an X-Force. I've never read a Deadpool. Never read any of that stuff. But I could tell you everything about that creator because it comes straight from my mind and straight from my heart. I got witnesses that know that I created it. And yet, you know, here you are. You're talking to crowds of people about your creative input. And the reality of it is I know you got the papers from out of a filing cabinet, and I also know that the other guy, he's just, it's pretty bad. It's really bad, you know. And you guys can keep perpetuating that lie, but you know, between the 3 of us, me, you, and that other weasel, you know that I'm telling the truth. And you never thought, in all your wildest dreams, you never thought that, oh my God, here's this kid that's an old man now and coming out and saying this. Yeah, I'm here. I might not be here for long because I'm sick, but you know what? I'm here, and I'm going to keep telling my story and getting it out to people. And with that, this is just my little rant about you, and I'm going to post it on YouTube, and hopefully that message will get out. And have a good night or a good day or whatever it is you're having wherever you are. Thank you.